Welcome to my channel. Please like, comment and subscribe. I hope you enjoy the continuation of the island beyond the past. It started small. Amara began calling her parents by their first names when they were working. James, can you help me with this beam? It wasn't disrespect. It was a shift. A leveling. Caleb did the same. Thomas didn't correct him. One afternoon, Amara asked Caleb, if we had to name this place, for real, what would we call it? He thought for a moment, then said, not home. Not hell. Just, after. She smiled. I like that. From then on, they referred to the island simply as After. Years passed. The seasons cycled. The old camps fell into ruin as the new compound thrived. Tools rusted and were replaced with handmade ones. Modern memories faded like photographs left in the sun. Yvette grew older. James did too. Elizabeth passed away one winter, buried under the tallest tree on the east cliff. Thomas followed her a year later. Caleb buried his father beside her. Then he walked home to Amara, hand in hand with their first child. One evening, their son, barefoot and curious, found an old map his parents had drawn when they were teenagers. Faded, fragile, but intact. He traced the lines with his fingers. What's this? He asked. That's the world, Amara said, as we once imagined it. Are we going to leave? Caleb looked at her. No, he said, we're going to keep building. If you are enjoying the story, please subscribe, like and comment. Do you think they will be rescued? The signal. It began with smoke. Thin, dark, not from their usual fire pits. Caleb saw it first, rising from the western ridge. A place they didn't visit often, dense, rocky terrain, mostly uninhabited. He and Amara left their son, Nico, with James and Yvette, then made the trek west. Caleb carried his father's old spear. Amara, a slingshot and a pouch of dried berries in case they were gone long. They climbed the ridge. What they found stopped them cold. A tent. Modern. Lightweight. Still bearing a faint logo, SAR Pacific. And beside it, a small drone, broken, but clearly military issue. Someone else had come. They found him the next morning, lean, sunburned, and half-crazed from dehydration. He'd wandered into one of their goat traps. His name was Dylan Hart. A private contractor, former search and rescue pilot. His helicopter had gone down 2 weeks earlier during a mapping mission. Engine failure. No radio. He thought the island was uninhabited. When they led him back to the village, Dylan's jaw dropped. This is a settlement, he whispered. You people built this? Amara crossed her arms. We've lived here for over a decade. You mean, you were here before I crashed? Yes. Dylan was stunned. The world thinks you're dead. Maybe we were, Caleb said. Then we decided to stop being. The presence of an outsider changed everything. Dylan was talkative, curious. He asked questions about their systems, their tools, their culture. He said he wanted to help. But Amara noticed how the younger children, her son and the others born since, became restless around him. As if he radiated a kind of noise they'd never known. He talked about cities, planes, the internet, the wars that had happened while they were gone. The politics. Some people still think your original crash was a conspiracy, he said one night. Government cover-up. No survivors. Even your names are footnotes now. Yvette looked up from the fire. Good. Let them forget. On the 10th day, Dylan fixed the drone. It was a small, scout model, used to transmit GPS data. He adjusted the solar cell, cleaned the rusted circuits, and launched it from the ridge. Once this signal hits the relay satellite, they'll come, he said. How long? Caleb asked. A week. Maybe less. He paused, then added, they'll want to bring you home. Amara didn't answer. Later that night, she and Caleb sat outside their home, under a sky alive with stars. What do you think home even means now? Caleb asked. Amara leaned into his shoulder. I think this is the first place I ever felt like I belonged. He nodded. Then I don't want to leave. But what about Nico? Doesn't he deserve the choice? They looked across the village, where their son played by the firelight, free as wind. They held a meeting the next morning. Everyone came. Even the elders, even the children. Dylan sat awkwardly near the center, trying to blend in. Amara stood. A rescue team is coming. But no one here is obligated to leave. We built this life. With our hands. With our pain. We don't owe the world anything. But the world might owe you, Dylan said. Yvette cut him a sharp glance. The world took everything and never looked back. James, quieter now with age, said, maybe the question isn't if we go back, but if we let it in. Silence followed. Caleb spoke last. I propose this. When they come, we meet them. We listen, but we decide as a people, not out of fear, not out of obligation. We decide because we are no longer survivors. We're stewards of this place. This community. There were murmurs of agreement. They voted by hand. Unanimous. The rescue helicopter came on the 6th morning. Its shadow passed over the ocean like a raptor's wing. People ran to the shoreline, but no one panicked. The helicopter circled once, then hovered and lowered a rope ladder. A woman descended, dressed in blue, bearing a badge. Behind her, 2 others followed, carrying aid packs and water containers. The woman removed her helmet and looked at them all. She smiled, wary, respectful. My name is Lieutenant Commander Sophia Reyes. We're here because someone finally told us you were alive. She looked around, taking in the settlement, the tools, the clothes, the confidence in the children's eyes. We're not here to take you anywhere you don't want to go. Over the next few days, they listened. The rescue team explained the world as it was now. The political shifts, the technology leaps, how climate change had made islands like this vulnerable to rising seas. They offered medical exams, passage off the island, the option of citizenship reinstatement. Some were tempted. Yvette declined first. James nodded beside her. We've buried too many years here to leave them behind. Elizabeth was already gone, buried with the roots. So was Thomas. Others hesitated. Caleb and Amara chose last. They stood on the beach with Nico. We want to visit, Amara said. Show our son what the old world looks like. So he can understand what we left. But we'll come back, Caleb added. This is our place. This is after. Years later, a small ship returned every season. Sometimes it brought medicine, sometimes books, sometimes people, curious scholars, climate researchers, even survivors of their own tragedies looking for a new beginning. Some stayed, some didn't, but the core remained. The children who had grown up under open skies and by firelight began teaching others. Amara and Caleb's story was passed on, not just as legend, but as lived truth. A truth born from flame and storm, memory and mistake, forgiveness and choice. The flare gun remained buried where they'd left it, under the banyan tree. Untouched, unneeded. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and comment.